So now it's time to do more exciting stuff with Postman. So that's what using a WebSocket. So we'll use WebSocket request. But before we use WebSocket request, we should understand what is WebSocket protocol. The WebSocket protocol allows data exchange between a client and a server over a persistent connection. Okay, but what does a persistent connection mean? I mean that once the connection is established between the client and the server and the communication has begun, the connection will remain established unless we want to stop the communication between the client and the server. In HTTP protocol, the client will send a request, the server will send a response, and the connection will be closed. For every new request, a new connection will be established. The WebSocket protocol will keep the connection alive until the requirement is fulfilled. So many requests and responses will be exchanged between the client and the server by reusing the connection. The connection is a two-way communication, can happen from both directions. So here in this exercise, we're going to do the following tasks: creating WebSocket a request, viewing messages, sending messages, using variables in requests and messages, and adding request details, saving requests completely. Okay, so yep, now that we have developed a basic understanding of a socket WebSocket protocol, now it's time to use a WebSocket connection in Postman. To do that, so we have to create our WebSocket request. So let's get into our Postman first before we do anything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a WebSocket request. So for that, come here, exactly, click on this new soft button. So it will then a window will be popped up, a create new window will be popped up. Click on a WebSocket request. Then again, zoom out, and here you can see the save button. Let me click on save request to a collection. So we do not have a collection at this moment. So first what I will do, I'll name this one. So I'll say WebSocket connection WSCon1. So and I'll create a collection name. So I'll say this is universe web cons. And let me click on create. So it's been created. Now let me save this WebSocket connection request to the universe webcons. Let me click on save. That's it. Here you could see that. I'll zoom it. You see here universe webcons and WebSocket connection. So now what I'm going to do is I'll put it here, and now I have to enter a WebSocket URL. Okay, so we have on the text button you have two options, raw, and here if you see here you have two options here, either raw. Initially we have saved it as a raw, so that's why we can say I'll show you raw or and socket.io. Initially now we are doing with raw, so that's what. So I have to type ws, and second one, or else we can go with ws / or wss / so here we can see that to either ws or wss, so both it's like WS stands for WebSocket, and the additional S in the WSS is like S in HTTPS, which means secure WebSocket connection, whereas WS is insecure. And so let's I'll go with the WSSS, which is a secure one, and here I'm gonna give WS Postman. That's my subdomain postman echo.com. This is my domain, and I'll go with the raw one. So now let's click on connect to make a connection, make a WebSocket connection with our web. So it's connecting, it's taking time, and finally it got connected. So let me zoom it and show it to you. You can see the green color. This has become green, it's connected, and it has become disconnect. Okay, so you can click on disconnect to disconnect, but that's what we're not going to do now. So let me click on this button. So here you can see the messages. Okay, what's happening around. So far what had happened, so far it's been connected to this web this WebSocket. It's been connected to this WebSocket. That's it. So far, that's what had happened. So now we will do our first task. First task is in. We'll do the second task. The question is how to send messages. So it's pretty simple. So let me click on here. Yep, just a minute. Okay, so let me click on messages. Yeah, you can see that. And what I'll do is I'll type my first message here. So Hare Krishna. Okay, a simple text. You can see that. You can have different formats, either text or JSON, XML, HTML, binary, whatever you want. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll first type a simple hello world message, and I'll click send. Just send. And it's been sent. I guess let's go up, and here you can see that down arrow, the upward arrow. So what that upward arrow says, the upward arrow is the request sent, and the downward arrow is the response received. So we have sent a request at 12:57:51, and we have received a response at 12:57:51. So at the same time, so that's what the request and response were sent. Now if you want to save it, you can save it. Just click on that uh, downward arrow, downward symbol, and then drop down button. Now let me click on save. So I'm gonna save it as a hello message. So that's it. It's been saved as hello message, and you just click on this greater than symbol, so that will be minimized, and click on this upward symbol, so it will be shown again. And that's how we can send a message, and we have received a message also. In addition to that, you can also go with a JSON message. If you want to send a JSON message, again you click on messages here. So this time, okay, I'm coming with a new message. I'll remove this. So I'm gonna say hello, this is my way of wishing. This is most of the North Indian way of wishing. So Ram Ram. Okay, yes. So let me send it again and scroll down, and here is that message. Okay, sent, we have received. And so let me save this message now. So click on save changes. So no new changes, so it will be saved automatically to that. However, I did not change this format here, so I'm going to change it here. So now I'll send. You see, now it got highlighted with the color mapping. So now I'll send it again. So I'll scroll up, and here you can see that 13,002 just now at this moment. Okay, that's fine. So similarly, we can send many more messages. We can use HTML tags, HTML, XML. We can use HTML. we can send the HTML. So let me click here. So and scroll down and come down, and here is see you can see that HTML tags also. Okay, and you can save that also. So now anyway, while working on that, we have saved it. We have saved this message. We have saved this messages, and we have saved this request to the collection also. So and we have some additional message properties when using socket.io. So if we do it using socket.io, you can find socket.io is a different thing. So there we can attach the basically greetings. We can attach the acknowledgement. Here we can't attach the acknowledgement. When you go with the socket.io, in spite of raw, we can attach the acknowledgements also. Okay. What's the difference between raw WebSocket and Socket.io? So raw WebSocket is a technology that provides a full two-way communication channel. So Socket.io is a library built on WebSocket technology. So Socket.io is easier to work with. If a connection is lost, it will be automatically reconnected if you use Socket.io, but in WebSocket we will have to reconnect the connection manually. So raw WebSocket runs only two requests, the get a request and the upgrade connection, but Socket.io mostly runs four requests, the get a request, the Socket.io client library. So the three long polling Ajax capital A, capital J, capital A, X requests and the upgrade connection. So running so many requests is a waste of the network. Hence, we can say that a raw WebSocket is less network consuming. So I'll show you that also once so that you'll have a clear cut understanding. So let me click on new, yeah, here, and click on WebSocket request, and here you could see the raw or socket.io. So you can simply say raw socket.io, and you can give WSS forward slash and you can give your website where you want to make a secure connection. You have to give that WebSocket connection. Okay, so we have discussed the differences between WebSocket and Socket.io also.